Oh, ayo, hello. It's a hard knock life. It's the bottom tier podcast. Don't copyright strike me, yeah, because that's just a meme. Please, please, oh, please. So now if the video doesn't get uploaded, you guys know why. Probably because of that beautiful number that I just sang right there. Avi. 100% Avi. So today, as fucking per usual, I ain't got shit to talk about. As per usual. Other as per usuals. Fortnite banking off the success of other successes. I think that's just how it rolls nowadays. It's Fortnite Endgame is the update. They already had Thanos, and now I think they have like Iron Man gauntlets as like a weapon, and a bunch of other crazy shit. Let me take a look here real quick. Yeah, they have like an Iron Man shield, the axe Stormbringer, and gauntlets in the game. It seems like dead games are still getting updates. You don't know what I'm talking about. For Honor, I didn't know that game still had game affecting updates. I knew it still had like a small player base, but I really didn't know it had updates. There's an update here. This is a little old, but it happened last Thursday, so day right after the podcast. Let's see here. They can enter a special state to the chain of heavy attacks infinitely and perform special moves. Detectable flow of combat with change attack unreplicable moves. Difficulty medium. Relentless executioner with multiple mix-ups. Hard hitter. So they added somebody. Yeah. They added a character. They can have infinite combos and is a hard heavy hitter. And it's like, oh shit. The game's still alive? Fucking May 2nd, 2019. That's dedication to a game that's what I assumed was dead. You know what I'm saying? Fuck is that? Oh, well, look who it is. Look who decided to show up to the stream. With a squeaky chair.
Yes. That's the fucking mic arm.
With a squeaky arm. Look who it is. It's Poop Jex. You believe this guy? You guys believe this guy? Take the stupid X off his face. He's worse than his brother. His brother's supposed to be on podcast today too. Send him an invite to the fucking little Discord that I made for the podcast so that me and Projects can put in different topics and little like tidbitty small items so that we could discuss them in like the feel good story like thing that we tried doing at the end of the week that I forgot to do yesterday because I was by myself. And he didn't even join it. Why? God knows, because he's an idiot.
Like Mortal right now, you see?
That's what I'm saying. He's an idiot. He's gonna tell me that I didn't invite him, and I sent him a bunch of shit. Every time I send him shit on Discord, I send him something on Discord, and the next day he goes, "Oh shit, I didn't see this. Ha 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 ha." Not my fault. You didn't fucking pay attention to Discord. But some rando man is like, "Hey, I'll call you right now and help you with this video game," and he fucking was like. Call me. I just caused a big mess on my computer doing that. Whoops, I'm sorry. No. 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 Get out. Exit. Oh God. What did I do? I opened the gates of hell. Okay. Deleted a bunch of stuff. I was talking about updates and how For Honor is still adding characters and making balancing updates for a game that I consider dead, which I consider extremely dedicated. You know what I mean? For that team to be continue to make updates and add and release characters, like, it's fucking insane, in my opinion.
I never really thought that game was dead. I always see people streaming it.
Do you?
Like some of the people that I follow, they stream it every now and then. Probably when like the updates come out or something. Ever since like they did the whole like dedicated servers and shit.
Oh, ever since they did like the big one, the big one is what we're gonna call it.
Yeah, I think then
Okay,
people
so
started staying around or something.
that's a perfect that's a perfect example from what I was talking about yesterday, on where games kind of release. Not For Honor. I think For Honor released in a very full state. It just wasn't a very fun game for a long time. But I was talking about last week how games kind of release in this not full and finished state, and then the games like die, such as like Fallout 76, right? And then they release these huge patches to kind of like fix a lot of the issues. And it for most games it kind of makes me like hope that the games don't continue to go there, like, or not to go there, to survive. Like I'm hoping that like that huge update is like the last hurrah and they die.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because like somebody needs to be made the example. You know what I mean? You can't just do whatever fuck you want and still succeed by like fucking slacking off and then being like, oh whoops, here you go. Now we'll release all the content that we should have released when you bought the game the first time.
There's a couple of good examples of that right now.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was talking about last week, and I was talking about how like all that shit needs to be free, like Fallout 76. Unlike Destiny. Destiny's was all their fucking game saving updates were paid for. But games like Fallout 76 and like Anthem need to do all that shit for free or else they're completely gone. And how none of that shit should even happen, because you should just release your game with enough content. You know what I mean? Because all those games, the problem is that they don't have content and it's boring as fuck to play those games. Unlike fucking Fortnite. How much do you think they paid for the Avengers fucking license to put Avengers in their game?
Fortnite?
Fortnite. Because they were on top of that shit. Like, the second Endgame came out, they fucking released that fucking trailer. And they have like Fortnite, they have like Endgame shit inside of their fucking inside of their game. They already had Thanos, but now they have, I think they have like the Captain America shield, the Thor's Stormbringer axe, and Iron Man's gauntlets, and Hawkeye's bow, I believe. And my axe, and my bow, and holy shit! I just realized they just fucking pulled the Lord of the Rings. It's like, you have my shield, and my axe, and my bow, and the fucking gauntlets are the sword. The fucking Fortnite, dude. They're fucking brilliant, man. They are geniuses over there. It is nothing but a bunch of fucking amazingly smart nerds over there. Holy shit. Another game that got an update that never fucking dies, ever. I don't think the game will ever die, is fucking Minecraft. That game, holy shit. Holy shit. Got update 1.11.1 Bedrock in parentheses. So the hot fix. Fix crashes and shit like that. For Honor got, like I said, the new Sakura. She sounds like an anime waifu if I've ever heard one. Fucking she has axes, heavy hitter with a bunch of mix-ups. um Team Fortress always gets updated. Another game that just refuses to fucking die. That game's also insane.
People like to pay like thousands of dollars for fucking hats.
It's a weird phenomenon is Team Fortress 2. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a weird phenomenon that goes under the radar way more than it ever should. And I'm really thirsty. I just fucking I like ran here like burning out my brakes trying to get here on time.
You just drive over everybody.
I just ran over a couple of grandmas, no big deal. I was dressed nice today, so it was okay. Everyone's like, "Oh, he looks good." But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Team Fortress 2. It's a weird phenomenon that just gets kind of like glossed over, and it just surprises the living shit out of me that it does that. Like you said with the the people pay like thousands of dollars for like hats and shit like that. Like it's so weird. It has like it has a very strong community that continues to keep the game alive. Obviously, I'm gonna actually look something up. That continues to keep the game alive. It goes in and out of memes, right? There's like they're a huge part of the meme culture with Team Fortress 2. And it was released in 2007. Let that sink in. The game's over 10 years old. Released in 2007 and still just like still holding strong, very below the radar. And has like an absurd scene when it comes to like weird ass shit that goes on. Like even their own like meme culture that's like specifically to Team Fortress players is just fucking weird. Like the movie maker always has a Team Fortress 2 characters, and I know that's just kind of because they're like already rigged and stuff like that. But like they themselves are an interesting beast, and they kind of just get glossed over. And I admire the fact that they do that so elegantly. If I could not to put it in any other way. Cuz like games like Counter-Strike and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like I understand cuz they have like a really strong like competitive scene. Like League of Legends is old as well, but it has a really strong competitive scene, you know what I mean? And there's money being flown into it in other ways. But Team Fortress 2 is like, when the fuck do you hear people talk about Team Fortress 2? Like, very rarely, and I think it's only on PC, because it never got re-released. Like, that orange box never got re-released, anything. And it's just, I don't really have much to say about it, because I don't play it that much, but it's weird. Like, everyone talks about, like, CSGO skins and stuff like that. Like, fucking Team Fortress hats, man. It might become the next, like, fucking Bitcoin. You just don't know yet. They're weird, man. I don't know. If you play Team Fortress 2 and you're into it, fucking be into it. I don't care. It's just an interesting game that's like, it's like if the Loch Ness monster is real or was real or whatever, right? Like everyone kind of like knows about it, right? Like let's assume that the Loch Ness monster is real, right? Everybody kind of knows about it. You know what I mean? But only like the really crazy people like know a lot about it. That's fucking Team Fortress 2. Like everyone's seen the screenshots, right? Everyone sees like the little headlines, but only like the fucking tinfoil hat motherfuckers on Steam are actually playing Team Fortress 2 and know what's going down. The only difference is there's a lot of fucking tinfoil hats. on Steam because I think it's like the second most fucking free to play game. Let's see. Um, it's fourth
I just know
behind.
that Team Fortress 2 is like one of those games where you look at it on Steam and you like go to the reviews. The fucking people that review it have fucking ludicrous amounts of hours in the game.
That's why I'm saying like it's like the tinfoil hat level of people are the ones keeping this game alive. You know what I mean?
Fucking dedicated.
Yeah, they're super dedicated. And the weird thing is that every time I try to play Team Fortress 2, like several years ago and stuff like that, I could never play it because I'd always get into servers that were like made no sense. You know what I mean? Where you jumped like 85 feet into the air. You know what I mean? And stuff like that.
So mostly what people play on that in Team Fortress 2 is like what custom game modes or some shit.
I honestly have no fucking clue. This is what I'm talking about. Like I know of Team Fortress 2, but I'm not deep enough into the tinfoil hats to understand what's going on back there. Like people like I've seen people play it, right, on like YouTube and stuff like that, and they play like a capture the flag or some shit, right? Where like everyone has to be a specific character and whatnot. But every time I try to get in there, I try to get into like the custom games and stuff like that during like because like doing it using like the server browser, and all the games are like broken, where like you just bunny hop everywhere and like shit explodes. I think I played like one server where like it made sense, kinda, and even then I was kind of like I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Like, am I even playing the right character? The only person that I've seen like in person play Team Fortress to like an amount that it looks like it's actually like a game and not just a clusterfuck of craziness going on is fucking Isaac when he would come over to my house and ask if he can use my computer. He would always play Team Fortress 2 and I don't know what servers he was on, but they always looked like an actual fucking game. You know what I mean?
It's like the underground network of Team Fortress servers
Yeah,
he's
like
on.
that you have to have like passwords to get into type shit. It's fucking insane. Um Speaking of free to play games, one free to play games that I am proud that it is like fucking keeping itself in the game is Smite. Cuz I like Smite. I always liked Smite. I just hated playing Smite cuz I was always by myself and annoyed as fuck. But I like Smite. Smite is fun. In my opinion, it was fun. I don't know how it is anymore, to be honest. It's got a lot of updates, a lot of new guides. The biggest problem I have with that type of game, like the MOBA, right, is that I was in Smite when it was like fresh, when it was new, when it had, a handful of gods. Now, it's got so many gods, so many characters. I have no idea what the fuck is happening. And the same thing happens with like League of Legends, you know what I mean? Like you play it and you spend all this time like trying to get into the metas and stuff like that. And then like 3 weeks, all that shit that you learn just fucking skyrockets out the window because they put it in some crazy update and shit like that. It's like it's what makes me not want to go back to Smite is the fact that I don't want to relearn all the items. You know what I mean? I don't want to relearn like what gods are good and like where they're good and why they're good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this shit looks daunting. The fucking amount of stuff that you'll need to learn. Like I
And
didn't even know about like how many like heroes and shit are in League because I like don't know shit about the game.
it's in the
And then I saw
hundreds.
how many heroes are in there. I'm like, Jesus, how
Yeah.
the fuck are you supposed to know like all of them?
That's the thing though. Like
I get
90% of that shit is useless.
I guess it's like it wouldn't be that hard just because there'd probably only be like a select group of heroes that people actually choose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like 90% of the information that is available in that game is useless. But that's also one of the reasons I don't like it. I don't like those types of games. You know what I mean? Because like I liked Smite. I liked playing Sylvanas. You know what I mean? Sobek, dude, when Sobek came back into the meta, I was having such a grand old time. You know what I mean? Fucking being a super aggressive support and shit like that. Like, it was so much fun. Um, like, and then like Hades in the solo lane, just somebody who's supposed to be a tank, just kind of like absorbing all this damage and like slowly but surely slapping you in the back of the head until you die because you can't kill him because he's just tanky as shit and does all this stupid stuff. Like, it's so much fun, but I don't want to. I don't want to learn how to do all that shit again. Like, and the thing is, like, you're always playing catch up for what seems like forever until, you know what I mean? Because like I said, like, you learn who's like who's in the meta and stuff like that, and then they give somebody a buff that you haven't practiced, you haven't seen, you haven't played with or against. You know what I mean? And then like now you got to learn them again, even though everybody else is already knows what they do because they were around when they were in the meta. You know, so it's just kind of like returning to an old friend. And it's just like fucking like I remember Tyr, which is a character in Smite. He's a god who he's the god who Fenrir in Norse mythology is like bit off his hand. And he has a sword, right? And he has a stance change. So he has like his sword where he carries it like a back grip, like where the sword like backwards grip and then forwards grip on the sword, right? I don't know. I just flipped my hand like I fucking had a sword in my hand. Here, I'll do it with my pocket knife. Like, he's got like forward grip and then like backwards grip. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna stab you like a prison inmate grip, and then I'm gonna stab you like I'm trying to like rock climb grip. And I learned him, right? And I was like, I finally started understanding like when to switch stances, like why you switch stances, and all that good stuff. And then he wasn't in the meta anymore, and he sucked dick. Well, he didn't suck dick, but like he was just like, you're gonna have a hard time playing him against, you know, all the other picks. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like flip my fucking keyboard. Like, I just spent all that time. I know that I'm a pleb and I should have learned faster, but I think that's one of the main reasons I don't play that game. Albion Online is getting really popular, which is unfortunate because I enjoyed that game. I'm a beta tester in that game, and I don't play that game. Again,
It's a MMO, right?
it's an isometric MMO. Yeah, that's why I enjoyed it.
Oh, I remember that one. I think I remember watching you play it.
I enjoyed it because it was like chill. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed being chill, but it's gotten to the point where like the sweaties, like they run that game because of the way the game like works. You know what I mean? Like, you can control territories and like control trade and shit like in like certain parts of the map. I mean, I don't know if you can avoid that and just like stay solo. You know what I mean? But I know that the sweaties are like running that shit. And it's like, all right, none of these games are like games that you can just pop in and out of like casually and just have like a good time. Cause I am a filthy casual. You know what I mean? It's like bringing your brother in on World of Tanks right now. You know what I mean?
That would be awful.
Yeah, like it's so much shit that you have to learn. You know what I mean? And by the time he learns it, we're gonna stop playing it.
I just don't want to play through low tiers because I know he's probably not going to want to spend money on the game. That's going to take even longer.
That too, but that's like a World of Tanks specific thing, where low tier gameplay is shit. But that's just, I guess that's like the same for like Smite and League and stuff like that. Like the bottom tiers is always like boring. You know what I mean? Because it's always more difficult and very grindy and shit like that. Like nobody has fun at low tier. It's not like Overwatch where I love when I D rank. Cause then I just shit on kids. You know what I mean? That doesn't happen in Smite. Like you just get frustrated. I assume the same with Albion. I don't know. Maybe I'll hit it up again because I have like a special horse. Not really. I'm pretty sure I just got a horse for being a beta tester. But like at the level that I'm at in the game, I shouldn't have a horse. You know what I mean? Like the most I should have is like a donkey. Because I remember I revisited the game, right? And somebody was in the stream like, "How do you have a horse?" And they're like, "Wait, you're a beta tester and you're just starting?" And I was like, maybe. Like potentially.
Sell your account. Maybe it's worth something.
I don't think so. Because I don't think you get shit for being a beta tester except for like emblems. You know what I mean?
All right.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll check that out tonight. See what's going on with that jazz. But yeah, fucking games are weird now, man. Like League of Legends, I played League of Legends like right after beta. You know what I mean? One, like I said, like the amount of gods and stuff was manageable. It's like what's it called? What's it call it? Fucking what is the game? What's the other MOBA? Paragon.
Oh.
We were in the top 500. We were in the top 100 of the player base for a moment. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like especially you were way up there. We were in like the point like 0x% of players in the game. And then we left for like what 2 months, and I went to go play it again, and it was a completely different game. It died.
Did like the map changes and shit.
Yeah, they changed the map. They changed how like getting the coins and like it was coins, right? Coins worked and stuff like that. It was a whole different beast, and it's fucking insane. And I think that's also why games have trouble like bringing in new players, such as like World of Tanks, especially. You know what I mean? Like
There's like a problem with those kind of games in general.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
MMOs
Like
and stuff like that.
with what?
With like MMOs and stuff, they're like that. Cause like I always want to like fucking get into an MMO, but that shit is just too much. I just don't want to do all that stuff because they're already like so well established and there's already so much shit. It's
It's
gonna
always
take too much time.
Well, it's that they're always like so established and like fuck the time thing. It's like the fact that you always feel like you're behind. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Because like new updates come out and you're like, well, shit, I was just getting the hang of the way shit was working, and now this shit like completely changes. And the thing is, like, some of them are like overly complex, like Black Deserts, like fucking like different cities all have different auction houses and like different. That was just like what? Like that was something new to me. Like no, one global auction house, please. You know what I mean?
I remember looking up a guide for the class that I was playing,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like this fucking huge fucking like text document. I was like, Jesus, I just want like a 10-minute video.
Yeah,
It was so fucking funny, dude. It was so
it's
fucking crazy when I was looking at it. I was like, holy shit, this is like a book.
it was a novel.
What is this? It was so funny.
You know what? You know what that shit kind of reminds me of is like when I got my first D&D book.
Oh.
I was like, "Holy, what the fuck is all this shit?" But then the problem is that like you don't have someone to be like, "You only need these pages." You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when I got my first D&D book, do I have a book here that's like similar? No, I don't have a book here that's like similar to it. But it's like it was like this fat book. It was long. It was like this fat. I don't know why I always have Scott Pilgrim next to my desk. It was like this fat, but it was like that much bigger. It was a super big book, and I was like, "What the fuck? Like, I can't like we're playing next week. You invited me to play next week. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even like what." And then the guy that was running the dungeon master at the time, he goes, you're only gonna need pages, this page, this page, this page, and this page, right? And I was like, then what's all this other shit, right? And he's like, well, that's just like the general handbook, right? Like, it has like enemy types, spell types, fucking different classes you can pick. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're not gonna be a bard, so you don't need the fucking, pages on the bard, and his abilities and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, okay. So like, they need to find a way to do that. Like, this is what's necessary at the moment. You know what I mean? And then you can delve deeper if you want to get really hardcore with it. But like I was saying, with World of Tanks, it's interesting because like the players who make it out of out of bottom tier, right? Which I think is like what 1 through 5, right? Like generally, is it bottom tier or 1 through 6?
I would say it's like three separate areas. Like I'd say like maybe 1 through 3 is bottom tier, and then 4 through 7 is mid tier,
Uh-huh.
and then 8 to 10 is top tier or high tier.
Okay. That's fair. I feel like the mid tier one would probably just be 5, 6, and 7. But I don't know. You're way better at the game, so I'm gonna agree with you. But like when like tier 8, right? Everybody hated tier 8 because of the way the matchmaking was.
Mm-hmm.
But like they still would rather play shitty tier 8 matchmaking than go back to bottom tier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the thing about the bottom tier is that it's not World of Tanks. Like, it's a whole nother game down there. You know what I mean? Like, all the tanks are light tanks. Even the tanks that are classified as like mediums are fucking light tanks. You can shoot at anything, penetrate like almost everything. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You don't have to have any tactic besides like don't get hit as much as the other guy. Basically how I play World of Tanks at tier 8. But then like there's all these different tanks, right? Half of them are shit, half of them are great. You know what I mean?
I'd say the majority of them are pretty shit.
Still, like,
well, at least for like lower tier,
you can still get away with it. But like I'm saying, like you're going up the tech tree, right? And then you're at like tier 6, right? And you've invested all this time, and then you're like, whoa, this whole other game, right? Like I can't just shoot at shit. Like I have to aim and like stuff like that. I have to learn how to angle my armor. You know what I mean? Like I have to understand like this guy's angling, like I'm not going to win this fight. I have to wait, I have to be patient. And like games start to like slow down. At tier 1, everyone just runs into the middle and you just hear and there's more shots fired in tier 1 like per minute than there is at tier 10 per game. Like it's fucking insane. And then you start realizing that like just like running in and doing nothing costs like a big amount of money, and you're like, whoops. You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't have done that. That's my bad. And then when you hit like tier 7 and tier 8, it's just like a slap in the face of like your tank is worthless. You just spent all that time on a piece of crap. You know what I mean? Now you have to go all the way back to tier 1 and or pay your way through like free XP and shit back up to like tier 5 or 6 on a completely different line. And I think that's one of the most demoralizing things about World of Tanks. Like fucking grinding and doing all this shit and then realizing that either you suck dick with that tank, right? Because it does not fit your playstyle or whatever. Or that tank has passed its meta. It has passed its prime. You know what I mean? Like when we first started playing World of Tanks, like for real on PC, the M103 was the god, like tree, right? That was the American heavy tanks. They were fucking great.
Like the E5 was overpowered and shit.
Yeah, like those tanks were fucking top tier. Now they're laughable at times. You know what I mean? It's just like
Especially the M103.
the M103 is a fucking disaster of a tier 9 for a heavy tank. Like, you get out armored by some medium tanks. You know what I mean? I think the Defender is more intimidating than the M103.
Oh yeah.
Like
Definitely.
that's what I'm saying. It's one of the most demoralizing things. When I finally got the tier 9, right after like all the breaks and stuff we took, like I just didn't care. It was like, okay, now I have this fucking piece of shit with a pimple on its head the size of the fucking barn that anybody can hit anytime. I get more excited when I play that game when like people don't hit my weak spot. And I was like, oh my god, they didn't. You know what I mean? Instead of being like okay, that's normal, right? Because it's my vulnerable spot. It should be hard to hit. I'm like, nope. I feel like the Foch with that big fucking like visor thing that it has on the front.
It has like the 2 tumors on top.
Yeah, it has like the whole bar you can hit. But yeah, like when you play a game and you put so much work into it, and then you feel like it was all for naught, like in MOBAs and stuff like that, with all with the meta changes and all that stuff, which is, I understand it's what keeps the game alive. You know what I mean? But it kills so many new players. And then the problem with those games is that the community then becomes one of the like biggest toxicities to new players as well. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you accidentally get into a game with like a player that's like a veteran through some weird matchmaking shit, especially on a game like World of Tanks, I feel like it's easier to get into games with like unicorns. For those of you guys who don't know who unicorns are, they're like that like player that's like super good and amazing. Like, so he's like a unicorn. He's rare to see. He's like almost doesn't exist. It's just like they. Where was I? Somebody asked me if the internet was working. My internet is fine. What was I talking about? Projects. What was I talking about?
You were saying
The unicorns, right? If you get into the
yeah.
game, you're the most useless person. You're useless, dude. um, if you get to a game with like somebody who's like a veteran player, they will absolutely slit your throat. Like, they do not care about how much time you've been on the game. It's like, it is the whole like trope of like get good like noob when it comes to those games. I remember in Smite, I would play a game and I would do the right decision, right? Like, I didn't go support my like I like to play support. I didn't support my damage, right? My DPS. Because like I could like they pinged on the map that the gank was coming, right? And I was like I was like, no, like retreat, because there's a retreat button in Smite. And then he's like, attack, and then he gets fucking destroyed by like 4 people. You know what I mean? And then I get like berated on like, you're a fucking dumb piece of shit, you suck at support, we could have killed all 4 of them if you didn't suck so much cock. You know what I mean? And it's like, are you insane? Like, the 2v4 would have never succeeded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, these games can definitely be pretty brutal when people like expect you to do something and you don't do exactly what they're thinking.
Well, that's what one of my like most interesting like things in my head, where it's like you're so full of yourself that even though you made the wrong decision, like you still think you're right. I say, no, you made the wrong decision here, mate. 4v2, we were not going to win. We've been behind all game, and you jump into the middle of 4 people thinking you're going to win. I don't know if you know how MOBAs work, but if you're behind, the other team has an advantage. Like, they're stronger than you. They have better items, more more powerful abilities. Like, it's not gonna work. Like, back off. And the biggest thing is, like, if I would have just left them, I can kind of understand. But I used the hotkeys and I spammed like, I'm not coming with you. Like, retreat. You know what I mean? Like, you're on your own. And he's like, no, I got this. I can kill all 4 of them. Didn't even have one of them to have health when he got hit by all 4. I remember this very clearly because it was like the 3rd time I had played like the actual game mode in Smite, like the actual MOBA mode, because I was terrified of exactly that happening. So I played a lot of arena to get all of like my hits on point, my pulls, my fucking blocks, my body blocks. You know what I mean? And
That was exactly why I didn't want to play that game mode when I was playing it with you for a little bit. I was like, yeah, I don't want to deal with people like fucking dunking on me and just being angry that I don't know how to play.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was waiting for a friend so that like we can like insta lock support and DPS. You know what I mean? And then just like do the lane. But like, and then I played a couple games, right? And I did really well. I was pretty good at Sylvanas. He was in the meta, he was a popular character. He was really strong. I would get big like 4 man ults and stuff like that. And then so like I'm like, this next game, I'm like, oh dude, I've been doing great. I've won all my games, you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing great. And then this guy was just he was so much more aggressive than his skill allowed him to be. Like, very clearly. And like he didn't understand that. And the biggest like thing is like, usually when you're playing games like that, like World of Tanks and like Smite and like League of Legends, is that most of the times your team's not gonna back you up because they don't want to deal with that guy either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the only thing you could do is like mute him, but even then, like, you lose. Like even if it's angry communication, like those games need a lot of communication. You know what I mean? So you still
Yeah.
lose that point of communication. It's a thin line. I would be down to play Smite again though. I like Smite. I think it's fun. And one thing I like about Smite is that it has a bunch of game modes. It has Joust, it has Arena, it has like the full like Conquest game mode, and then I think it still has the oh, fuck, I forget what it's called. It might be Joust. There's a 3v3 where it's one lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just laning like 3v3. And then it has like your typical 3 lanes, 5 characters, you know what I mean? Then it has Arena, which is 5v5, that's mainly just PvP. And then it has another one where it's 2 lanes, and I think it's 4 players versus 4 players. That, you know what I mean? Like, I like that because you can play different things. There's also a 1v1 actually, where it's just like 1 lane versus 1 lane, but that's boring as fuck. Yeah, games definitely need to. They need to find like a way to take in new players better. I know that like you can play like the competitive, right? And then you're in the low tier. So like everyone's at low tier, but even at low tier, some people think that some people believe that the only reason they're there is because everybody else sucks major dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's everybody else's fault they're stuck down there.
It's everyone else's fault but theirs.
Yeah. like in Overwatch, like I fully accept that I am a platinum level player, like maybe diamond on some days. You know what I'm saying? I am
Hmm.
fully aware. When I get thrown into like all the way down to like gold, I have so much fun. Like I play McCree and I'm like a god down there, and it's only one tier below my level of game. You know what I mean? Like, but that stuff can't happen in like I guess in World of Tanks you kind of can, but not even then. Like if you're a unicorn and you like reroll, um, even then like you're gonna get into matches where like your team's just outmatched tank for tank. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
then like Smite is one of those games where you absolutely need everybody. So like same thing with League and Dota. There is very rare occasion when one person can carry the game. Like
Yeah. Well, the
like
tanks is
in
kind of weird with that stuff when I think about it.
with
Where
what's like
like
smurfing.
no, like where like you said in like league and stuff, you need everybody.
Right.
In like World of Tanks, there's 15 people on your team, but like I feel like the majority of the time you need at least everybody to do something.
Yeah.
Because then like
You need
there might
everybody
be
to carry
like
their own weight at the very minimum.
yeah, like at least get like a couple shots in, maybe like two or three. Because then like you never know them that might cause like a butterfly effect or something where that like last guy you shot is like the only surviving guy on the enemy team, and your team only has one guy alive too, and he's a one shot for him because you hit him in like the beginning of the game or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some like shit like that happens like that.
Yeah. World of Tanks has a weird dynamic with the team because it's such a large team that like you would think that it doesn't really matter because
Yeah,
like
like where
half of
one
you are cannon
player.
fodder and gonna die like at the beginning. But
Yeah.
even then, like you said, like you need like every time I don't do nothing, I'm like great. Like I feel like a fucking piece of shit. You know what I mean? I didn't help at all. And then like I get like even then like when I get like 1,000 spotting damage and I did no damage, I'm like, well shit. At least I did. At least I helped my team get safe damage without exposing themselves. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
1,000 damage, that's a lot of damage. That's a whole tank at most tiers. You know what I mean? Um, and even then, like 1,000 damage, like is the difference between like your tank and somebody else's tank. Like you said, winning an exchange, like shot for shot.
Hmm. It's
Um,
definitely a game where one guy definitely win the game out of all like the 15 other people on your team.
yeah, like I said, like it's like World of Tanks, like or it's like the MOBAs. Like it could happen, it can happen. I've seen it happen, right? I've seen T67s get 10, 12 kills and do almost all the damage themselves and carry the whole game. But like
Yeah, that's a little different.
I know that the
They might
tank's
be
OP.
skill clubbing sometimes.
I know that the tank's OP, but I'm saying like that's difficult. You know what I mean? Regardless. Like I'm never gonna fucking do that. I'm never gonna get 12 kills. You know what I mean? And
Right.
like same with like the MOBA. Like yeah, sometimes your solo lane might come in and just carry the whole game and just be like a powerhouse, but 9 times out of 10 he's not. 9 times out of 10 you need to be greater than the sum of your parts in games like that. And even in like Overwatch, there's like if you get like a McCree, like a really good one, they can still like carry most of the game. Like I said, like I dropped down to gold, even though it's like it's literally like 100 points away from where I'm normally at. Like it's a huge world of difference. You know what I mean? Because like the range of people that can get into your games, like I feel like a champion. I feel like a titan. Like it goes from
Feel
like
powerful.
yeah, it goes from like 70% accuracy to like 50% accuracy. You know what I mean? So you're 70% accurate as fucking insano mode. Like Captain Insano, open up a can of whoop ass. Like it's crazy. It 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 made like one time one of my friends, she was like bronze. So it goes bronze, gold, silver, or no, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, masters, grandmasters, top 500. So I was platinum. She was like bronze. Okay. She got up to silver, and I hadn't ranked my character yet, so like I technically was not non-ranked for that season. So I went on to
Mm.
silver. I played with her, and I know it's like against the rules, right? But I'm just like fucking. I'm not like grandmasters level. You know what I mean? I'm not that good. Just in comparison, I seem fucking insane. Um, and I played with her, and then I got her up to gold, and everybody knew I was a Smurf, and I was only like I said, like a few hundred HR or SR or whatever from my normal rank, and it's like everyone was calling me a Smurf, and it's like I'm just a platinum. Well, this is gold. Get out of here. You're not where you belong. And it's like holy shit. Like that could never happen in Smite. Like I've seen some of like when Smite was really popular, I used to watch a lot of streams. You know what I mean?
Mm.
To see the people who like theory crafted and stuff like that, see what they're doing, like so I can try some wonky shit in my games and stuff like that. Like, oh, they went for this kind of build with that. Like I'm gonna try the same kind of build, but I'm gonna switch it out with this to use this character. You know what I mean? Um, and uh, and they would like Smurf, like really popular, and they would still fucking lose the game. Like they would dominate and lose the game. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a whole nother beast. And like that's why I was saying like even if you're like a new player, like putting you into like the low rank isn't always like the best way to get into the game.
Yeah.
There's obviously not an easy way to do it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, fucking all the games would have done it by now. There needs to be like a Cliff's Notes version of the game for beginners. Oh man, fucking. But yeah, I'd be down to play Smite again. I might look at my Albion account, see if it still works. See if I get anything for being a beta member. Cause I actually backed the game when it was like closed beta, pay to enter. You know what I mean? So before open beta, before release, like I was in there. And boy, did I love chopping down trees. Let me tell you something. I had so much wood. Do fucking nothing but cut wood and kill foxes. And the thing is, like, supposedly, like now in the game, like people that are like that are actually still really valuable because, like I said, like the players like drive like the economy and stuff like that. So like, if your guild has like a super good crafter, like a super high level crafter, you know what I mean? Like you can go into territories and sell your merchandise at like you know high profits because like not everybody wants to fucking cut down trees for that long. You know what I mean? Not everybody has that kind of patience to like forge the same axe 8,000 times until they become like god mode at it. You know what I mean? Until their character gets enough XP at it. So like those, like I said, those characters are still like valuable, or those players at least. But another thing is I'm not a huge fan of like getting into guilds and stuff in MMOs because I always feel like it's a lot of level of dedication to a video game I'm not willing to commit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not even willing to commit to that in World of Tanks. When I was in that clan, they would always invite me to do like clan wars and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that.
It's always funny too, cause like being good at a game doesn't always mean that like you play it that much.
Mm-hmm.
And it always like that's why it's always funny with like clans, cause like we make clans, right? But we just like do dumb shit like the uniform. You know what I mean? Like
No, yeah.
where we just have like a dumbass clan for funsies. But then like the real clans, like the legitimate clans, like they have like clan practices and like you have to play this much and you have to make sure you do this, and it's like, all right, boss like reporting
Yes,
for
sir.
work. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Oh, can't even get projects to to be on time to podcast. You think you can get projects to fucking do clan homework? Get the fuck out of here. Which is fine, right? Like every game needs that kind of like hardcore community. But
Yeah.
but not every game should require that level of dedication. Cause I ain't trying to put that shit in there. Fuck that noise. What else happened over the week? Oh, the fucking Sonic trailer, dude. How are we just gonna skim past that?
I mean, can we?
No, we absolutely cannot skim past that. What is wrong with you? Fucking Sonic trailer. Probably the greatest thing that's gonna happen this year, my opinion. If I may be so bold as to state that it is going to be the greatest thing that happens this year.
I'm just waiting for the moment. They're like, it's like a month before the movie's gonna come out, and they're like, all right, we fucking changed them. Jesus Christ.
Oh, his design?
Yeah.
No, that's not gonna fucking happen. They're not gonna do that.
I kind of feel like they'll make some adjustments to them.
No. The movie is already in theaters. They're just holding the release until Endgame hype slows down. Like it's done. Like it's over. Like, there's nowhere to go. It's oh man.
I do want to watch it though, just because I want to see what the fuck happens.
Everyone's gonna go watch it. That movie's gonna make it's going to be a Batman v Superman kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be bigger than the Avengers.
I think Sonic might make $1 billion.
Just because everyone wants to see how fucked up Sonic is.
Yeah. I think everyone's gonna go see the train wreck that is Sonic. Like, oh, chili dogs gotta go fast, and everyone wants to go see Jim Carrey. Because everyone is already saying that Jim Carrey's gonna carry it. Ha! Jim Carrey carries.
Kind of has to.
Sonic
I
could
don't know.
carry.
I might be saying a little too much.
Sonic could carry. Sonic could carry.
Definitely have to wait till it actually comes out to
Sonic
say
could carry.
definitively. Because he might just look ugly, but he like might actually be like a good character in the movie.
That's what I'm saying. Sonic could carry.
Yeah, potentially. And then fucking Eggman might be horrible.
Sonic could carry.
Okay.
Sonic could do it. Projects. No. One thing that I think is funny because we have one in our Discord, which I think is funny. It's like everyone's like, Sonic's trying. Sonic isn't trying shit. Okay, Sonic doesn't do anything. He does not exist. Okay, it is the people making the movie that everyone is making fun of at this point, not Sonic. And I think people like forget that. Like most of the jokes are about the movie and how it's like how Sonic's being portrayed. Not even like, oh, Sonic.
And the fact they use fucking Gangster Paradise in the trailer for some fucking reason.
I think I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say that that Gangster's Paradise was there as like a joke. It was for the memes.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it was for the
a little bit of them trying to do preemptive damage control on how he looks.
If we put Gangster's Paradise, they won't pay
might
attention
detract
to the
a little
fact
bit
that
to how he looks.
Yeah.
The fucking horrifying monster.
The funny part is that tweet was like the day after. Like the day after they tweeted that rework. Oh, that guy tweeted that rework. What's that guy's name on Twitter? Hold on. Take a look. I put it in the Discord, didn't I? Edward Pun on Twitter. Edward Pun 1 on Twitter.
I saw one that looked and like it still like looked pretty much like the one in the trailer, but they just like fixed his eyes. in his mouth a little bit, and they gave him like that real defined ridge, like eyebrow ridge that he has in like the just
in the
like the
games.
games and stuff.
Yeah, because he doesn't
It-
have two eyeballs in the games. He has one
yeah, it's like a fucking cyclop eyeball,
with
but
two
it's
with
like
two
not.
retinas.
Yeah,
Yeah, Cyclops eyeballs with two retinas.
and
Um,
it looks so much better just by that. And he made the like fur color that's on his stomach and his face a little lighter too.
a little wider.
It was
Um,
more of a skin color than the like gray shade that
right.
the hair has in the trailer.
Yeah, but it's so fucking that guy that's in that movie. Funny enough, has already been in like what one or two half live action movies, like the cop.
Ah,
Um,
he was in the Hop one.
I was hoping it was gonna be Will Arnett. Like in the trailers, it was or not in the trailer, but in the fake posters, it was Will Arnett.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So I was hoping it was gonna be Will Arnett.
I wonder if I can find that picture.
Um, Jim Carrey looks great because he's back to Jim Carrey things. You know what I mean? Like Jim Carrey's a bag of marbles, but like he did like that whole thing where he didn't want to be typecasted, so he played like that movie. What is that movie? The Numbers or some shit where he's like a psycho.
Oh yeah.
But my thing is like, I get
Oh,
typecasting must be frustrating and annoying, but when you're like the greatest at what you do, can you just deal with it for us, buddy? You know what I mean? Like, for the love of all that is holy, Mr. Jim Carrey, just keep being fucking psycho, crazy, funny Jim Carrey. You know what I mean?
oh, I know they didn't even give him the
Keep
like
being Bruce
psycho-optic
Almighty.
eyeball.
Keep being fucking Yes Man. Like in this one, when he's like, who's in charge? And then he like fucking puts his hand up and he's like, and he like walks away and he's like, what's your name again? Nobody cares. Like it reminded me of the Grinch. You know what I mean? I was like,
Uh,
my boy Jim is back. My boy Jim, he's my buddy. We hang out on the weekends. I don't know if you guys knew that, but me and Carrie, we hang out on the weekends. The weekends that I don't hang out with anybody because I'm working all the time. But yeah, like, and then the at the very end when it shows him with like the really like long crazy mustache where he actually looks like Dr. Robotnik, like that part was pretty funny too. I was like, ooh, look at that little. I'm what I'm mainly interested in is like seeing what the story is because Eggman's always the bad guy to everybody. You know what I mean?
mhm.
He's not usually on the side of the U.S. government. He's usually like in a giant space station above the planet, like threatening to destroy it. So I'm interested to see what that is. Um,
He's
I'm,
probably like gonna go like way off the rails or something, and then that's when he like gets that like actual Robotnik look, and then
oh,
he's
like
gonna
he like
probably
he was
actually
like he
be a
gets
bad guy.
obsessed with Sonic and then like starts being questionable and they fire him or some shit.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
maybe he does like some sort of like experiment, and then it, like fucks up horribly, and they just tell him to.
To fuck off.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, fuck off. You
Yeah,
can't keep doing this stuff.
this is against the Geneva Convention. Oh, maybe.
And I
Um,
posted the like edit of him in
okay.
the Discord.
Um, no, they do give him the full one eye thing.
I was looking at a different
Here I'll take it.
one.
I'll pull it up.
That looks like way better, and it's not
Yeah.
like too much of a radical change.
Oh, whoops. Oh no, not that. This one right here. Yeah, he does look a lot better.
His
I
fucking
think I
eyes, dude.
think
Jeez.
though, like just to kind of help defend, right? I like to give everybody benefit of doubt. I like to try and look at all the perspective. I think they wanted to make him more like realistic. Which I think personally, in my opinion, is a problem already because like he's a fucking cartoon character. You know what I mean? But I think that might be why they did that. But his
Probably. Because it's like his body looks like a person.
yeah,
It's like
but
his
like
like legs and arms.
the one on the right looks far less horror. Like I don't think the guy would have yelled if he saw the one on the right. He would
Dude,
have
that
just been
fucking
like, "Oh, look, it's
that
Sonic."
picture is so funny.
What
This
picture?
that meme that's like the dude walking into like the shed and it has Sonic's
Oh,
fans over him and he starts screaming.
Sonic
Jesus.
fans, Sonic movie, Sonic fans.
Yeah.
Um, the fucking the starter pack already is made for half animated, half live action movies on Reddit. If you go to r/starter packs, it's already there. But this is the other edit where Sonic is a lot more like he looks like a lot more like classic Sonic. You know what the thing is? Is that Sonic, the way they have him, looks like a little kid in a onesie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I just think he looks like a baby in a fucking fursuit or something.
baby in the fursuit. He's a baby persona.
Yeah.
No, he looks like a kid in a Sonic costume that you got at Walmart versus like Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I mean? I think the one on the right, everyone thinks the one on the right looks way better.
And he has the fucking Nike shoes, dude. Like, come on, man.
They
Are you
did
really
sell out
gonna do
his
that?
shoes, right?
Yeah.
I was
It
questioning that
has the
because I
Nike
wasn't paying
symbols on it and
attention.
everything.
I wasn't paying attention. I even asked in our Discord if they sold his shoe rights.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Let's see.
yeah. I put. I wonder if they sold his shoes for a
Oh, yeah,
brand
you
deal,
did.
and they did. They sold it to Nike.
Yeah, that's super
That's
fucked.
that's what's gonna make them the most money is the Nike sponsorship. Because Nike's probably like, yeah, sure. If it makes $1 billion, we'll give you $1 billion, and it's gonna make a fucking $1 billion. It's going to. It's gonna be like Batman v Superman, where everyone goes and watches it no matter how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's gonna go and watch that shit. I don't know. I'm interested to see what the storyline is, right? Like how I want to see how they fit Sonic into that world. You know what I mean? Because like he's a fucking hedgehog that runs like faster than the speed of light. You know what I
I
mean?
wonder. I wonder what they're gonna like say his origin is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Cause
Like I'm trying to see like how they fit. Because in the trailer he's like in a fucking cave.
yeah, and when he's talking to the guy in the car, he's like, "I'm here to like save your world" or some shit like that. He says it like that.
You're right.
He's like, is he from like a different dimension? Or
I
something?
do remember that. Yeah, like he's like an alien. Maybe maybe Dr. Robotnik is like playing dumb and like Sonic and Dr. Robotnik are from like a different like planet.
Yeah.
And Dr. Robotnik has been like chasing him cuz Dr. Robotnik has like crazy tech in the movie. You know what I mean? When he's like, "Is that all you got?" and he's like, "No, thank you for asking." And he like clicks all the buttons and then like another car comes out.
Oh yeah. The like
Yeah.
fucking rover thing.
Yeah, like a little like yeah. And I'm also curious. See, maybe it's just Sonic. Maybe Doctor Robotnik isn't like from another planet. I'm curious to see if they end it in a way that they're like planning on sequels, right? Which I assume they are, because everyone plans to make sequels, right? Like at on this day and age, everyone wants to be the Avengers. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and if so, I want to see like standalone movies for every fucking Sonic character. I want to see Shadow. I want to see fucking Big the Cat.
Fucking
I want
edgy
to see
shadow.
I want to see
Fuck yeah.
Tails. I want to see Amy. I want to see Big the Cat fish for 25 hours for his fucking frog. Like he did in
Let's see
Sonic.
Rouge.
Yeah,
Rouge.
Rouge the Bat. You want to see Rouge the Bat? You can't see what I'm doing right now, but
Let's
you know what
let's
I'm
see
doing.
what they make her look like.
Fucking furries rejoice as Rue the Bat gets announced for Sonic sequel. It's like that meme like with like the chart of like suicide rates like drop or like suicide rates increase, like furries
Oh,
increase exponentially. Here's the bet gets announced. I don't know. I'm interested to see if they do that right, where if it's like kind of like at the end of the credits, right? Like you see like kind of like a black hedgehog. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's Shadow. You know what I mean?
oh yeah.
Like, or if like you see like Sonic, it's you, and then like you hear Tails' voice. You know what I mean? But like you don't see him. Or like Sonic, like so happy I found you. I got some bad news. Like that's a cliffhanger for a sequel, if I've ever heard one. You know what I mean? So I'm interested. I'm interested to see what the storyline is. Like if like maybe he is an alien. That makes sense from what he said. Like I'm here to save your planet.
Yeah.
But if so, why is he a hoarder in a cave? If he's here to save the planet, you know what I mean? Like what was he doing the whole time? Maybe he was just waiting for Robotnik or something. I don't know.
What if
Also,
they're gonna
if
involve the Chaos Emeralds?
huh?
What if they're gonna involve the Chaos Emeralds at all?
Yeah, well, they involved his rings to be portals to different. Well, maybe
Oh
that's
yeah.
it. I completely fucking like that completely like, blanked out of my mind that his rings are portals in the game
Yeah.
or in the game in the movie. They are in the game too, but in the movie they're just portals. It's crazy. I didn't even think about that shit. Um, maybe that's how he got to Earth. Ran through the wrong ring.
He's running through one of the stages. He went to the wrong one.
Yeah. He's going through Green Hill Zone. He jumped over the ring at the end and hit the other ring. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm also interested to see like if he knows he's there to save the world, right? Why is he causing like planet-wide blackouts by running so fucking fast? Like, shouldn't he be a little more cautious? like, like Superman doesn't. Superman lands gently to not cause like mass pandemonium, and Sonic is causing like fucking the entire United States to black out. I want to see if people get mad that they used like a token black person because it looked like there was no black people except for the girl.
Was she black? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I like blocked that surely out of my mind.
You already forgot it existed. Yeah, she's a black lady. I also, yeah, that's. I'm just interested. I'm interested in what everybody's interested in. Obviously, right? Like, my biggest like point of interest is like how is he fit in on Earth? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause like even because Sonic doesn't actually even have a backstory. I mean, he's just Sonic. Like Shadow has like a
They just kind of
backstory.
exist.
Yeah, where he's like he's like Mewtwo. He's like the perfect life form, made out of a tube, and somehow he's inferior to Sonic. That doesn't make any sense, but you know, whatever. That's what he's supposed to be, at least.
It's because he doesn't actually use his feet to run. He uses like his shoes jet boosters.
His fucking hover skates.
Yeah.
He uses fucking hover skates. I never understood that either. Like, why does he have hover skates?
I don't know.
And then like I said, like Metal Sonic has a like you know he's meant to just like to kill Sonic. You know what I mean, he's like designed. I wonder if they're gonna bring Metal Sonic now that you know I think about it. I wonder if they're gonna bring any other character into
Into the
movie.
lore.
Yeah, into the Sonic cinematic universe. You know, we're making fun of it. I'm gonna be laughing down the road. You know, Ice Age has 7 movies.
No, holy
Ice
shit.
Age has 7 movies. I found out today because the 5th one was on TV, and I was like, "What number is this?" right? I was like, what the fuck? And I looked it up. It's number 5, and there are 7 movies. The other 2 are like technical spin-offs where it's like Sid's Adventure or whatever, but they're still like movies, like movie length. Yeah. So who knows? In like 2 or 3 years, there might be 8 fucking Sonic movies, and the directors are sitting reining in the cash, even though all the memes are making fun of the movie because everyone keeps going watching the movie. But that's a whole another discussion on like why do people go watch bad movies like Superman. Like the fact that Superman versus Batman made the money that it made should not have happened, like ever. Like people, I heard people go like, "Are you gonna go watch Batman v Superman?" I'm like, "No, I heard it's terrible." Like exactly, I want to go see how bad it is. Like what? What? Fuck is wrong with you? Are you insane? But I don't know. In their defense, I'm gonna do that with Sonic. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm interested though. I'm interested to see if like in like a few years there is like a legit Sonic cinematic universe, just like a bunch of them. And then if they are from not from an alien planet, they have to make them from a different dimension. You want to know why they have to make them from a different dimension?
Why?
So they can have like 15 Dr. Robotniks versus the Sonic team. Like 85 Jim Carreys on screen. Like all fighting 5 Hedgehog Fox Echidnas teams. And then that one lady from Sonic Forces, or not Sonic Forces, from one of the Sonic games that nobody remembers. I already forgot. Sonic Boom. There we go. There's like a character in that. Sonic has what? Cats, foxes, echidnas. What is Amy? A hedgehog? I think Amy's a hedgehog. Like a bandicoot. I think he has like a fucking bandicoot friend. Like they have
They have like an alligator dude. They have chameleon.
He's a bad guy though. Those guys are bad guys.
Oh, I thought you were just like talking about in general.
Oh, in general, no. Those are baddies, right? They're baddies, right? Yeah, because they were in Sonic Heroes, right? And you could play as Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles, or the alligator, the chameleon, and the bird, the bumblebee. I don't even know the names. That's how much in the Sonic lore I am.
Too long ago.
All I know is that this movie is not gonna have to. It's definitely gonna have the effect that all the games do, where it doesn't matter how god awful it is, the fans will defend it tooth and nail to the bone until they die. People still say Sonic 06 is a good game. Like, even though it's notoriously like one of the worst games ever released by a AAA title, like as a AAA title. So, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be a good watch, regardless, because it's gonna be like one of those like fun cringe compilations.
Definitely a little excited to see new trailers that come out for it.
I'm
See what
hoping.
music
I'm
they use for
hoping
them,
they
too.
don't. I'm hoping they don't, because most of the time when there's a shitload of trailers for like movies, and there's a lot of like different there's a lot of advertising, they're usually bad. You remember how much Suicide Squad was advertised?
Yeah.
Like it was everywhere. Every second of your day you saw shit for Suicide Squad and it was bad. I think like over advertisement is one of like the key, like this movie's not going to be very good. You know what I mean? Batman v Superman was fucking everywhere. It's also bad. You know what I mean? Avengers had like 2 or 3 teaser trailers and everyone loves it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like over advertisement is like a way to like get everybody to go watch the movie because it's bad. So I'm hoping they don't put a lot of advertising in and they just have faith in their movie. I also don't want to see a lot of trailers because a lot of times they ruin shit with so many trailers. You know what I mean? When you're just like, all right, I saw like 90% of the movie anyway. And it's like, you know what I mean? But it's definitely interesting. I want it to succeed just because it's been so immediately shit on so quickly. Like, I want it to do good just because so many people have already said that the movie sucks and Jim Carrey is the only thing going to save it. Regardless of whether they're right and Jim Carrey is the only thing that saves it, I just hope that it's like a decent film. You know what I mean? Just don't let IGN review it because I'll give it a 9 out of 10. All I gotta say. Anyway, fucking let's do the fucking some feel good shits to end the stream here because we're past our normal time. I have one I think really good one, and I don't know, you can defend me on that one, Project. I think this is a really good feel good to lead into Thursdays. Yes.
Shit, I don't have anything for Thursday.
I think it's a really good one right here. A 2-year-old needed a $20,000 wheelchair. Parents couldn't afford it. The insurance wouldn't cover it. So the fucking robotics team built him a fucking badass wheelchair, dude. This thing's fucking insane looking. It's so dope. You know what I mean? So the robotics team of a high school built him that wheelchair. Obviously, it doesn't do anything like it doesn't fly. You know what I mean? But like, they put like all this like fun, cool stuff around it, so that it looks kind of like a little mini monster truck. You know? And look at the kid's face.
Looks like it has like a roll cage on it.
No, I have breast pumps here. It does look like it has a roll cage. I think that's like a bumper thing though. So like if somebody hits it, like if he bumps into something. But look at his face, dude. Look at this little guy's fucking face. Oh, whoops. Wait, what? How did that work? I zoomed in and it zoomed out. Whatever. Look at his face. He's just, look at him. He's so cute. You think that kid cares that he's in a wheelchair right now? Hell no. He got like the Tonka trunk.
I'd like to be in there.
He got like the Tonka trunk of wheelchairs. That looks like some shit Playmobil releases for your kids for fun. Like, that kid's having the time of his life right now, dude. Look at him. It fills me up with joy on the inside. I think it's a perfect thing to go out on at the end of the day this week. So, thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, you can watch live on Twitch, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. Guys, please enjoy your Thursday. It's the best day of the week. It's the best day of the week. Besides today, because that little fucking kid did just like made me feel all bubbly on the inside. And I haven't eaten anything, so it's not what I ate. It's a good thing. Oh, but I hope you guys have a good week. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. It's always random. It's never edited. And I think I like it that way. I think I'm going to not plan things on purpose. Wait, shit, that means I'm planning things. Fuck! Never mind. I'm just going to keep things the way they are. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And, yeah, you guys have a good one. I might be on in like a little bit to do some weird shit on stream. Who knows? Have a good one.